Hey everyone, welcome back to The Hidden Brick, where today we're going to build the LEGO Technic BMW R 1200 GS Adventure. Pretty long name for this set, but it is what it is. It's a motorcycle. It's a kind of like a road / off-road bike. It has like off-road bike tires, but then it's got the cargo areas for taking a road trip. So anyway, Technic motorcycles are always cool. Ever since I've been back into LEGO, I usually don't miss one of the LEGO Technic motorcycles. It's one of my favorite type of builds. So I am super excited about this one. I've only had this one for about a month or so. I think it happened to be on sale somewhere and I purchased it. It's kind of how I do my LEGO purchasing. I wait for it to go on sale. So it's a little over 600 pieces. It looks like we have two instructions. There's an alternate model. So this is the alternate model you can make, which is some sort of concept flying vehicle. And then here's our heavily damaged normal instruction book for the main model, as we see on the front of the box. So I'm going to try to semi-fold this, roll it into where it's usable. It's kind of unusable right now, but we'll figure it out. All right, so what else do we have in here? Here's our big off-road motorcycle tires. Two of the motorcycle wheels. About a medium-sized sticker sheet. It's not too big. And then we have the bags of parts. So it is unnumbered bags. So basically we're just gonna dump all of these out. I'm gonna keep individual piles for each bag. The reason I'm keeping the piles separate is, you may notice there's a lot of similar pieces in the same bag. So if I'm looking for a certain part or multiples of them, it's easier to find them in one pile than it is to find them kind of just spread out everywhere. Push this off to the side. Got a couple more bags. That's our bag of big pieces. Another bag of medium size, and then this whole bag looks like friction pins. I'll dump it out because sometimes there are a stray random part that's in the bags with the friction pins. All right, so we're good to go now. So let's start with the minifigures. Just kidding, there's no minifigures. You don't buy LEGO Technic sets for the minifigures because there are none. So we have this, what I like to call an H-frame, Technic frame piece. And we're gonna put some friction pins in a couple of these holes. One of the main things you have to watch out for when you're building LEGO Technic sets is making sure you get all the pins in the right holes. So sometimes you have to count holes, make sure you have them in the right one. There's our commemorative 40-year anniversary Technic lift arm. It shows the dates, 1977 to 2017. So it's too early to tell exactly what we're building or what part of the motorcycle. I know we're building a motorcycle, but I just don't know what part just yet. We have this little sub-assembly. go. We're gonna do another sub-assembly. This is standard Technic procedure where we build little pieces and then attach those mini builds to the model as we go. Okay, we have this little axle joiner piece with a axle with a non-friction pin. Shows the model turned over like this. Let's see, a 5 long axle with a stop, this piece here, and a bevel gear. Where does this go? Okay, I see, I put this in the wrong spot. So once again, like I said, you have to pay attention to the holes. Make sure you get the stuff in the right spot. Slide this all the way through. Okay. That's going to be impossible to get out. Huh, interesting. I don't know how that's going to come out, but oh. I just put the wrong axle in there. That was just supposed to be a 5 long axle. I was about to say that's going to be hard to get out, and I think it is going to be impossible to get out now. See, that axle has a stop in it. So, not sure how I'm going to get that out. Well, that may be in there forever. I think one of the ways to get it out is maybe you can get a blade in there, kind of push on it. Oh well. So I will move, it's supposed to be this piece. I'll move it to the side and I'll have to get one of those axles with a stop out of my spare pieces because I'm not going to be able to get that out. So that's kind of a bummer, but I'll just deal with it whenever I come to disassembling this set. But hey, who knows, I may never disassemble this set. I have a LEGO motorcycle that has been built for about 8 years. So, like I said earlier, I like the LEGO motorcycles, the Technic motorcycles, so may or may not be disassembling this set ever. Okay, we got that there. Those 2 pieces here. That slid in like that. I'll hold that together. And I actually have to make another one just like it. Where's the other piece? There it is. Slide that on. Shows this piece turn like this. Some more of these red axles. Two more of the red axles. Here. There. Making some sort of large frame piece. Not sure what for. All right. Have two of these yellow 3 long axles. Attach these black pieces to each one of the axles. And right here. Kind of give it a good push. Now we have 4 friction pins. Engine block piece there. Okay. Looks like we have 2 of these piston pieces. 1, 2. Piece there. Those 2 pieces on there, and then we're going to turn this, slide one of the pistons in there. And we have the other engine block part. Slide that in. So it shows this turned like this. Wait a minute. Like this. Those 2 pieces in there. Yellow pushing there, and then this piece slides on top there. So this is our engine piece right there. Still trying to figure out which way this is going to be oriented. I think this is the front of the motorcycle. This is the bottom. We'll have to see. Alright, a 4 long axle. Put this black bevel gear on there. Push that through there. So now that turns our pistons. You can see it turns that crankshaft. And those are good to go. Alright, so we're going to move this to the side. We have one of our sub builds to do. Starting with this frame part. Two of these gray pieces. Two friction pins inside of this piece. All the parts that we put on here are so random. It's like they don't really make sense until you are almost done building the model. Those are those things that I appreciate the complexity of it, but I don't know how anyone can be a LEGO Technic model designer. They're so complex. All right. So we have that friction pin down below there. This axle with a stop that we're going to put a bevel gear in. Slide that down, put a half bushing on here. And we have a 5 long. This also gets the half bushing. Might help if I put it on the right side. Okay, I need another tan bevel gear. Okay, we turn this back around. Let's give this a turn, make sure it turns okay. There's a little bit of jumpiness to it, but it'll work. Let's see, I need a U-joint. Actually need 2 of them. Here's 1 and here's 2. Go there. All right, looks like we have another sub-assembly to do. Couple friction pins. Goes there. Four of these 3 long friction pins. All right, how does this go? It appears that this will go right there. Make sure everything still turns. Okay. This piece will slide in right here. Push those 2 pieces down. Sometimes it can be difficult to get those 2 long axles through. Looks like we got it though. And it appears we're going to do another one for the other side. Use a little help from the table to push that down. All right, this piece here. Shows this bushing about halfway down through there. Oh. This was actually supposed to go in place of this. Making a few mistakes on this set, but we're getting through it somehow. All right, another 7 long lift arm. We'll go right here. One, 2, 3 friction pins. Let's see, we have this pin joiner, perpendicular pin hole or axle hole, and that'll go there. Shows this turned around, going in like that. Turn this back around and slide this all the way in here. Let's actually turn that to where those holes are lined up. Now this is an axle with a stop, and we're not going to push the axle all the way through just yet. Turn this around like that. Let's see, we'll bring this piece back over. Oh no. All right, so that axle there was supposed to be sticking out for me to put this on there. All right, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that axle out because this is not gonna work. So I'm gonna pause this and we'll be right back. All right, so I was able to get it out. It was easier than I thought. I was able to actually wiggle this a little bit and the end of it started to come out. I was able to kind of pinch it and pull it out. So it was critical to have that axle sticking out because you can see we're going to stick these little U-joint piece on there. Push it on. And then once it's lined up, I'm going to push this piece, these two pieces in. So this hinged part, what that'll also allow is for all of this to be interconnected, which is all critical on that one piece down there that I was able to get on. All right, so let's move on to, looks like some beginning of the frame of the motorcycle. Skip a hole, put this here, turn this around. Couple non-friction pins, 5 long axle, this piece slides right here, and these 7 long pieces there and there. That'll slide there. Some 3 long friction pins in this 3 long lift arm. piece. Let's see if I can slide it on here. Okay, guess that'll work. Now we have a suspension piece. Where's it at? It's this guy. 5-long axle with a half bushing. Oops. Put that on there first and then slide the axle through. Put another half bushing on the other side. And 2 of these. 5 long lift arms right there. Hold up, something's not right. I'm really getting frustrated with this. Why do I keep messing it up? This is the frustration with Technic sets. Alright, let's back up a few steps. This one's going to be easy enough to fix, although it's still frustrating. It's this piece. I'm having to take so much apart. All of that because I had it on one hole in the wrong spot. Reattach that, put this thing back on. May have to call it a night. It's one of those nights where things just aren't going the way I want them to go. All right. So, looks like we have that back in place. We can line this back up. Put those 2 pieces on. Now, 2 friction pins here. This is how I knew I messed it up, because those friction pins didn't have a hole to go in. We have a shock absorber. Slide in right here. That there. All right, let's make sure I get all of these in the right spot. That piece here with this one next to it, dropping stuff on the floor. One of those nights. All right, another suspension piece. Let's see, we got a piece there, 5 long. Axle will go through this. Okay. So piers, we're going to slide that in right there. Bring this around. Push that there. Push the red axle through. Okay, so there's the beginnings of our frame for the motorcycle. So what we're going to do is bring over everything we've done over here, slide this down, push these two pieces in. That'll hold the frame on there. Nothing's holding it in over here just yet. That's not saying that something won't. Two of these 5 long left arms. Just like that. Very interesting. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more parts here. So I have these red axles that we're gonna put 2 bushings on each one. 1, 2. These will go in here. So that's what's gonna hold on the other part of the frame. All right, so you can kind of see what we got going on here. So this is our rear suspension piece, and then we have our front suspension right here with our shock absorber already on there. So we're making some good progress. We're about halfway done with this set. So we're gonna stop this portion of the build here. It's probably better that I stop it here because I was making so many mistakes. So hopefully tomorrow will be a better day, and I hope you guys join me for part 2. So if you want to see more Technic videos just like this one until part 2 is up, then you can check out the links I have down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to get notified of all new postings, and we'll see you in the next one.